lives and who dies?
Yes. Feel free. None of this is going on the internet.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to tell you who, but I think that's a great question because I think there is a chance that someone we love a lot might not make it to season 3. Make of that what you will.
How does it happen?
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah. Well, you were.
It will be a big emotional deal, and the reason that I can tell you this: if I kill a character, I kill a character because I want it to have a big impact and set up conflict that happens in subsequent seasons. So, like for example, for Kenya, that set up Amanda and Stama and a really complicated set of circumstances for season 2. If someone were to die this season, it would set up a very complex set of character dynamics for season 3, and that would be the goal if I were to kill someone.
Right.
Not that I have.
No, of course not. You never.
Yes.
You know, what brought our main characters into the city initially was this big battle.
Mm-hmm.
Might we see something like another big attack like that in the city?
Yes. Perhaps on not the same form.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you I'm trying to actually give you an answer that is accurate, but also doesn't give away anything at the same time. And I have a tiny dinosaur brain that only processes so fast. So yes, I think that what we're looking at is in season. Thank you so much. At this point last year, between season 1 and season 2, my talking point when I was doing this conversation with everybody was, in season 2, we're going to basically flip up the chessboard and knock all the pieces every which way. We're doing the same trick, but instead of it being the people in the town, we're knocking over the chessboard for planet Earth. And where we're going is the way that the governments and the interactions of the various nascent empires, that's going to all change up for season 3. And Defiance's role is going to be very, very different. So the answer to your question is yes. And the threat for this season is a lot bigger than a bunch of Volge coming in to destroy the town. It's quite a bit larger than that.
As we all try to figure it out.
So with Orissa, there was a little bit of a hint to some backstory about how all of the various races arrived on Earth and something bigger going on. And we only hinted at it a little bit. Do we go back to it some more as we get towards the end of the season?
We do. If you remember the episode where we had those curious flashbacks to the crazy-ass spaceship, we're going to see, and actually this coming Thursday, we're going to be going back and we're going to be explaining what the heck all that meant, because it's sort of there between the lines, but we'll see more of that and it'll be laid out a lot more clearly. By the way, that guy that was on the spaceship with the other Orissa, that's played by Robin Dunn, who was who's coming onto the show as a recurring character, and he for the trivia minded, he also was our Adreno lab guy that died back in episode 3, and who Kenya stabbed him with a piece of glass. But it's a great when there's a character that we like, or was an actor we like, we can bring them back. So he was a human then, and we brought him back as an Arathian. You'll never tell the difference. We did the same thing with the Indigene from the pilot in episode 2. Ben, who was Amanda's assistant, that was an actor named Doug Nyback, who we just adored. So we brought him back, and he's been all through season 2. He's been one of the EREP soldiers, and I promised him, I won't kill you twice.
That's nice of you. That's very kind.
So there were a couple times we actually were in a situation where, and then they killed the EREP guys. I was like, wait, no. That's okay. We have to take Doug out of that scene because I can't kill him. I promised.
So is season 3 official then?
You think we wouldn't have been trumpeting that all over the place if it were? No, we have to wait, and that's it's not the. We've been here before. We were waiting last year too, but I feel cautiously optimistic because certainly the show is working well. The numbers have been moving in the right direction, and we've got a very game cast that's been really working with social media, and we're certainly If the show doesn't come back, it's not because of anything that we didn't try hard on our part. So I kind of feel that there's a certain serenity in that you do everything you can, and then you don't sweat it too much.
Is there a path written for both outcomes, like whether it's picked up or not? Do you have an idea of which way you want to go if it for some reason doesn't get picked up, or if it does?
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, to another show on another network, probably. I have the pathway for if it does get picked up. It's kind of fun when we do these because when I talk to the actors, because they want to know what's coming ahead for their characters, so sometimes I just make shit up. And then when I repeat it, it gets reinforced, and it's like, hey, wait, that actually is a pretty good idea. Maybe we could actually do that. And so there were a lot of ideas, for next season that sort of got honed when I was in a bar in London 2 weeks ago with Stephanie, and just kind of catching her up on what's going down with Arissa. But we're pretty good. We're pretty good template for what happens next year, and I know what the last moment of season 3 is, and what the change up is. But I'm
Not going to tell us.
Yeah.
Rude.
How is
I'll tell you this: perhaps there are more than 7 races of Votans.
That's awesome.
how is the tie-in with the game working out this season?
It's been a transition because Tryon had a big change, and this is not a secret. It was in the press. They had a big change in their in just their structure and their leadership and their creative team. So a lot of that was happening as we were shooting season 2. So there was a certain meshedness that we saw that was difficult to accomplish. Now I kind of feel that transition has happened, and hopefully we'll be able to do better. There certainly are great things happening. We have one of our big players is going into the game, and it's not Nolan and Arissa we've seen before. We have the contest winner that's coming here. We have the big global thing that I've been talking about. We'll have ramifications in it will leave the game and the show both changed. And the fact that we're doing it at all, I'm very, very proud of. And I think that it's the way that you have to do this is because it's sequential what we do. If in this set of episodes, a particular crossover didn't work as well as we had hoped, well, we'll get it right the next time. And then we just keep trying because we've got, this is a show that hopefully runs over many years, and we can build, improve the technology and improve it, because it's very exciting that we're doing this transmedia crossover thing, and it's, the first few cards that rolled off the assembly line from the Ford plant weren't as good as the cars we have today, but over time they got better.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.